Hello, my friends and followers of YouTube. On YouTube, it has been a very long while since I last did a office update video. Look at these speakers. Look at them. I'll keep that distance so they look better because up close, I don't know if you can see the imperfections there. Yeah, I at some point might actually get down to doing a final sand and paint on these speakers, but for now they are here. They sound good. Each one of them has a 3.3 kilohertz crossover for the woofer and tweeter, and I'll show you the inside. Oh yeah, you can see how far I got to painting the inside. It's a bit tough trying to paint the inside whilst not getting paint on, well, all over your arms and everything. Today I'm going to be covering up this window, not permanently, so I've got some timber up there currently just sitting up there, and then I've got this blackout material which, yeah, it's silver on one side, so it's silver on the back to obviously reflect any light that could come in through this blind. Well, as you can see, lots of light is coming in through this blind anyway, so just as an example, so what I'm trying to achieve, I'll turn the lights off, close the door. This is how light it is in here still, given that this is a phone camera and low light recording is terrible. That's how much light's coming in. Enough for you to still actually see everything in here, and then apart from that you can see a little bit of light coming in above the cupboard door, and then a little bit around the main door there as well. Now obviously stuff like the doors, I can add some gaskets there to seal it, but that will take more than a gasket. So let me turn the light on again, open the door because it's nice and sunny outside and I like the fresh air. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I've got that material. I'm going to build a wooden frame, timber frame, to cover the perimeter of the window, and then I've got some hooks, brackets, cleats, I think they're called cleat hook, or mini mounts apparently. Yeah, just little mini mounts, one in each corner basically, so it hangs. And then at the bottom I'll put some, just a small like patch of Velcro, just to keep the bottom, you know, from swaying to and fro. Because weird thing with this wall is, you can see it's got this lip, so the top of it is gonna sit proud slightly. And I did think about having the frame sit flush with this wall and then bump up here, but then I realized I don't actually have two. I would essentially need two different thicknesses of timber, and I've just got like I think it's 1.5 by 1.5 inch, unless I obviously cut the top piece in half, which is a lot easier said than done. So yeah, I will see how well unless, well, the alternate option is to actually have the frame just come up to underneath here so that it does sit flush. It's a little bug fly midget thing there. So yeah, first of all, what I need to do to give myself a bit of space to actually get here is move the sofa out the way. So yeah, I'm going to fold up the carpet, move the sofa, and I'm going to set this up as the working space. I would probably do the majority of the cutting outside because obviously sawdust. I don't want to do too much work outside because despite this being an industrial unit, so to speak, there is, as you can see, there's a house right there that's only 20 meters away, and when too much noise occurs outside or people work outside, because I am on the front facing side of this estate, the lady who lives there doesn't take too kindly to people making too much noise and just generally being out there, although it looks like she might be out at the moment. Still, we have had one noise complaint before. Actually, no, there was a noise complaint. They thought it was us, but it was actually on a day that no one was in this office. So, yeah. But I have also heard of her complaining about noise on other occasions. So I'm going to do my best to keep my work indoors, only occasionally popping out to just trim the frame timbers to length, and then I'll set up a little working space. So let me get the phone set up in a position where I will let the time lapsing commence. Oh, and another project I'm working on today. So next to the blackout frame, obviously here is a wall really close to a speaker, so you get reflection and all sorts going on here. So what I've got is I'm going to be making some diffuser panels and then covering up that socket as well. And there's going to be one there. I'm going to do like 4 or 6 of them there, and they are just made up of, oh, it's stuck. So it's this, you can see that 9mm high density felt. It's good for sound absorption. Oh, can you still hear me? And then on the front of it, this is just a CNC cut like PVC sheet, and that's 6mm thick. So that gets fixed to the front. So you've got this uneven surface. Let me put that together. So you've got the uneven surface there, which obviously diffracts and diffuses sound. I know that some of the gaps are quite big, they don't need to be quite that big, but this was just one of the standard designs available. And then obviously the felt behind it does absorb some of it. Yeah, I know it's not the thickest thing, and normally sound absorption or diffusion panels are much thicker, but given this gap, you can probably have quite a big panel here, but the part of the reason for doing a fairly shallow diffuser panel is I actually want to use it as a showcase for a customer who has a very odd scenario of having a cinema room where the cinema, where the projector is mounted, there's a taller ceiling, so it's like a 3-meter tall ceiling. But the area of the room where the screen is located is only a 2.2 meter ceiling, so it's quite low. And the projector is hanging from the taller ceiling, but it's exactly at the height of the lower ceiling, because the projection screen actually fills the entirety of the wall where the lower ceiling is. So the angle of projection, it drops down from the lower ceiling height, only drops down about 4 inches, because that's the bezel around the screen itself. So and diffuser panels are needed on the ceiling because, so weirdly enough, the center channel is actually located on the floor, because the screen takes up the entire wall. The center channel sits on the floor, and it's a hard floor. So I've suggested putting carpets in front of that, but obviously any sound traveling up, hitting the ceiling, because it's a hard finished ceiling, yeah, it's going to need some diffusion there. And then once that part's done, the remainder of the walls can have regular absorption and diffusion panels. But it's just that I haven't found anywhere or anyone that has very thin or very low profile diffuser panels, so I'm designing my own to see whether he likes it. And then obviously, because this is all just PVC and felt, it can be painted black, because the room is entirely black or painted black. is having new blackout curtains installed. This, I only got this in grey and white because this wall is remaining white, and yeah, so this blackout material obviously is meant to be the black on the inside of the room, but I'm going to experiment with it and see how much light it lets through if it's the other way around, so the silver side shows in, although I don't know how that's going to look because yeah, it's a very shiny silver. Worst case, if that material's no good because it's not stretchy at all, so I don't know how well it's going to go around the frame, I'll get some, like, oh, there's a speaker cloth, stretchy speaker cloth, and then yeah, just back that with some sort of a light blocking material or fabric. So yeah, let me get on with setting the phone up here. So yeah, as I said, I will let the time lapsing commence, removing this and building the frame, and we'll have a look at the end how it turns out. So okay, so as you can see, the frame is now hung. A few measurement mistakes were made, but I've worked around them, and it transpires. See that curve there? So that's all the wall. yeah, what can I say? This whole building isn't exactly straight. Like if you look at that beam compared to the wall behind, the wall's level, the beam is bowed. So yeah, next step is to get this covered in a material, that material, see how it looks. The only thing I'm concerned about is how it's going to look in the corners, because that is not a stretching material, and non-stretching materials need folding on corners, and that can make things tricky. So okay, I'm gonna just stop the video there for a second while I figure out how well. Actually no, I won't stop it. We'll go back to time lapse and watch me do some head scratching. I hope I've got something to cut that, because I've just realized that sheet is twice as big as that frame. I'm sweating as well, so wish me luck. Let's let the time lapse commence. Okie dokie. Hey Google, stop. Just had some naturistic sounds playing. So there's the panel done. It's a bit of creasing here. Oh, you can really see it in the right light. Yeah, so that's the downside of using a non-stretchy fabric. It creases easily. Obviously all of these creases in the middle, can you see there? There you go. Yeah, all those creases will hopefully eventually flatten out. So let's see how much of a difference that makes. If I now turn the light off, close the door, and yeah, let's actually close the cupboard door as well. And almost total darkness. So there is, once I just need to put some Velcro. Whoa, that's pitch black. So yeah, down here you can just about see my hand. So that's the edge. Just need to get something to seal that shut. Cool. Actually, that's quite a cool effect, having that like a glow, but then the idea is to have it completely blacked out. So that's a hell of an improvement. Over there, that's my computer. If you compare that to earlier, wow, it's dark in here now. And that was light again. That's mission 1 accomplished. Cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Okie dokie. I think that's gonna do it for this video for now. The diffuser panels I will assemble and hang on the wall in a separate video, because I've got other things to do as well, and it's already hey Google, what time is it?
It's 11:07 a.m.
11:07 a.m.
If you're ever feeling curious about other ways I can help, just ask, what can you do?
Sorry I asked. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I've got other things to do, and tidy up in here, put this room back together, because having a sofa on its side is not ideal. Oh, there's a screw there. Okie dokie. Well, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned something, if you were here to learn something. I certainly did. Cheap materials. Creases. And if need be, at some point I can remove those staples and just re-stretch this, because the other side, there's a few bits here where it's creased, but these will flatten out over time. So yeah, there's good tautness on there. So I'll let it sit for a while. Might be a few days, a few weeks, whatever, just for this to flatten out and whatever. I don't know if it will need some heat applying to it, just to, especially like, yeah, there's a lot of like fine creases here, just to make it look flat, you know. At the end of the day, it's doing what it's meant to. It's blocking out the light. I just need to get these corners pinned in, and it's gonna be all good. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. This has been another one of my office updates, and I now say my office because Command AV. There's a car with the signage on the side outside, because my now ex-business partner recently decided to leave the company and pursue a change of scenery. So just me here. Oh, there's a cobweb. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new in the community, be sure to subscribe. Anyone, yeah, if you look at my previous videos, you'll see that the variety of content is varying. It's everything that's in my personal interests, really. So what I do at work, at the office, building speakers. So like that speaker and that speaker, I built that whole wall, like fake wall that sticks out. Built that. Should have gotten that on a video. That would have been interesting, but completely neglected to do so. Back there, that used to be a doorway. There is actually a video of me where I was sanding and painting and covering that up. So yeah, I covered that up. So it's just one solid wall at the back now. So yeah, building works, building speakers, building weird panels and shit. Whoa. Audio diffusers, anything like that. If it takes your interest, be sure to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. Tell me what you'd like to see more of, less of, whatever. I'm open to ideas, I'm open to suggestion. This is not a dictatorship after all, is it? I don't know. Righto, I am actually going to go now, so thank you for tuning in once again. Have a great day.